The whole issue of inequality has really come to the fore in the years since the global financial crisis. In the Western world, in developed economies, income inequalities are at their widest in about 3 decades. Of course, the UNDP report says that in this part of the world, in Central Asia and Eastern Europe, that gap has actually been narrowing. Now, to help us explain a little bit of the reasons why this is the case, I'm joined by Cihan Sultanoglu, who's the Assistant Secretary General for the UN and the Regional Director for Europe and the Commonwealth of Independent States. Thank you very much for joining us on TRT World.
Thank you very much.
Explain to us a little bit about the reasons for the findings in the report for this part of the world, for Eastern Europe and Central Asia.
Certainly. The report is in draft form, so we are still working on it. And it has good and bad news. Indeed, in the region, inequalities have reduced. We have seen an increase of middle class from 33 million in 2001 to almost 90 million in 2013. At the same time, during the same period, the people who are living under $3 a day have reduced from 46 million to 5. These are very good statistics, but it doesn't mean that there are not challenges. These are under threat, these gains. Of course, most of the gains were due to most of the countries having a socialist heritage in the past. There was certainly job opportunities, there was social protection, and less gender inequalities. Now these gains are being, of course, undermined, and the threats are coming now from the lower remittances, the economic slowdown that we are seeing in Europe, in Russia, and other parts of the region, as well as collapsing prices of commodities.
Quite interesting. So, I mean, even though the rest of the world seems to be getting more unequal, you're saying that it's the legacy of these countries' socialist policies that is actually helping them at this time. Do you find that it's insulating these countries from what's happening in the rest of the world?
I wouldn't actually say that. I mean, these gains have been there, and our report is actually called Progress at Risk. And of course, the gains of the past decades have also benefited from the global trade, globalization, and the opportunities that have been open to people. What we need to do is how to maintain, in fact, a situation maybe that is better than in other parts of the world. And for that, we certainly need to focus on, indeed, jobs for all, social protection for all, and gender equality, protection of the environment, certainly societies that are more peaceful, that are just, and we also need governance reforms.
Thank you very much, Cihan Sultanoglu from the UNDP. Well, that's about all for now, and we've been covering about the UNDP's report on inequality and the wide variations we're seeing across this region.